Good day to you, my friends. Today is a lovely day to get outside into the garden and talk about the many spring delights that are close at hand now that we're nearly done with March. I'll get us started by sharing a spring poem by Shelley that goes as such. And the spring arose on the garden fair, like the spirit of love, felt everywhere. And each flower and herb on earth's dark breast rose from the dreams of its wintry rest. The snowdrop and then the violet arose from the ground with warm rain wet, and their breath was mixed with sweet odor sent from the turf like the voice and the instrument. This poem depicts a bit of what's been happening around here at Thuja Hill lately. The flowers and herbs are waking up from a long winter's rest, and the rain has brought forth much green and new life. I started in full swing come the beginning of February by getting my tired garden beds up to par, as you can see here. I removed spent and old produce left over from fall. It was time to work the dark black soil and get it ready for my spring vegetable patch. This spring, we have direct sown many cold hardy crops, such as radishes, beets, spinach, kale, lettuce, carrots, turnips, parsnips, and I have likewise planted potato and onion starts. I just love the spring garden. So much can be planted, and I enjoy that it's not too hot at this point. It certainly makes gardening a pleasure. During this time of year, it's also been appropriate to start my indoor seedlings for my summer crops like tomatoes, eggplant, squash, and a variety of other goodies that will hopefully feed us all summer long. I decided this year to invest in shelving and grow lights, as you can see here, having put it off for several years. Now I've gone back and forth about grow lights and shelving, and I've had them and then I've not had them. And I actually think I prefer growing seedlings with the proper tools. Imagine that. I've tried before just to put my seedlings in a south-facing window, but ultimately they end up getting too leggy and then they just don't do well when I transplant them. So hopefully these grow lights and shelves will do just the trick. I love how each season has something to do in preparation for the next season. Since the weather isn't always ideal, the beginning of spring seems like the perfect time to prep for summer by starting seeds indoors. After all, time is split between staying in and going out, isn't it? This is the time of year for planning and dreaming. I start to think, what do I want to feed my family this summer? What shape do I want my garden to take? It's enjoyable to ponder the possibilities while looking through the garden journal and sorting through my seed collection. Every season brings with it a special kind of beauty. In fall, you have the colors and the falling leaves, the shorter days and cooler weather. In winter, you have the bare trees and the bleak gray days that are filled with a welcome cool. And then spring comes. The smell of dirt is what most reminds me of spring. It might very well be one of my very favorite smells there are out there. It's the rich black medium that supports so much of what we enjoy in the garden each day. I don't mind getting my hands in it. In fact, especially around this time of year, I welcome it. All of this work is done in anticipation of what's to come. We work not knowing the outcome. After all, things could go horribly wrong. A rogue mole, a bad storm, drought, you name it. Gardening is not for the faint of heart. But we sow in faith, trusting God with the outcomes of our gardens, much like every other part of our lives. We know that every good and perfect gift ultimately comes from Him, and that's why we can sow in faith. Many happy gardening days ahead to you, my friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye for now.